Okay, buckle up, because this is one of those stories that still makes me shake my head. So, a few years ago, my family decided to have this huge reunion. We hadn't all been together for years, like my parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, the whole crew. We rented this giant lake house, and everything seemed fine at first, but, well, my family is the definition of everything looks great on the surface, but chaos is bubbling underneath. Anyway, things were going fine for the first couple of days. Some awkward conversations here and there, but that's to be expected, right? Then, one night after dinner, my Uncle Mike, who's always had a bit of a chip on his shoulder, decided to bring up this old family rumor that my cousin Julie wasn't actually his daughter. Now, for context, Julie was born about a year after Mike and his wife, my Aunt Linda, had a huge falling out and separated for a few months. But they'd gotten back together, and as far as we all knew, Mike had raised Julie like she was his own. So, he brings this up, at a family dinner no less, and everyone just freezes. Julie's sitting right there, her face turning white, while Aunt Linda is glaring at him like she's about to explode. And Mike, who's a couple of glasses of wine in, just goes, "Well, I think it's time we talk about it. Better now than later." At this point, everyone is uncomfortable as hell, but Aunt Linda, oh man, she's calm. Too calm. She just looks at him and says, "Mike, if you want to open that can of worms, go right ahead, but you're not going to like what comes out." Now Mike, being the stubborn idiot that he is, doesn't take the hint. He keeps pushing, saying how he always had suspicions, how Julie doesn't even look like him, and all this other garbage. He even suggests they do a DNA test right then and there, like he'd been holding onto a kit or something. Then Linda drops the bomb. "You want to talk about DNA, Mike? Let's talk about your precious son, Matthew." Now, Matthew is my other cousin, their oldest kid, and he's sitting right there too, by the way. Mike goes pale. Linda looks at him dead in the eye and says, "Matthew's not your son." I swear the air got sucked out of the room. Matthew, poor guy, is just staring at his mom like he's been struck by lightning. Mike is frozen, trying to process what she just said. And Linda? She's just sitting there sipping her wine like it's the most casual thing in the world. Finally, Mike stammers out, "What do you mean he's not my son?" And Linda, with this deadly calm, goes, "When you left me during that fight, you remember? Yeah, I met someone else. It wasn't planned, it just happened. I didn't tell you because I didn't think it mattered. You were already gone. But when we got back together, I thought it would be best for everyone if we just pretended Matthew was yours." At this point, Mike's face is completely drained of color. He starts to stammer something, but Linda cuts him off and says, "You want to know the best part, Mike? Julie is yours. She's 100% your daughter." Mike literally couldn't speak. Everyone was dead silent. I'm sitting there trying to keep my jaw from hitting the floor, and Matthew, this guy's been quiet the whole time, just gets up, walks out of the room, and doesn't come back for the rest of the night. The family dinner pretty much ended right there. Mike and Linda both stormed off in different directions, and Julie sat there looking like her entire world had just been flipped upside down. As for the rest of us, well, we just awkwardly cleaned up and pretended like nothing happened, but you could feel the tension in the air for the rest of the trip. What hurts the most about it, and why I still think about it to this day, is that the family was never the same after that. Mike and Linda ended up divorcing a few months later. Matthew moved out and cut contact with both of his parents. Julie and Mike are civil, but things have been strained ever since. And the worst part? All of this could have been avoided if Mike had just let sleeping dogs lie. But no, he had to bring it up, and now everything is broken. It's like a car crash you can't look away from.